Could you start by telling us who you are and where you studied and when?
I'm Hendrik Glahdemaki and I studied at the FSU in Beijing last semester from the beginning of September until the middle of January.
Okay. Okay, the first question is how is the student life in Beijing? How is it different than here in Ghent?
It's completely different from here in Ghent. It's a lot more fun. It is it's insane. Really, I don't have any other word for it. Because you're white, you get a lot of privileges. You get to know the promoters of the club, so you get free entrance, free alcohol, free VIP tables, and the clubs are different as well. There are shows all the time, and well, it's bonkers.
Okay. What were your daily expenses like in China compared to Belgium? Was it more expensive or cheaper? And what costs a lot of money? What is
Well, obviously it's a lot cheaper than here in Belgium. Like everything is cheaper, alcohol, food, cigarettes. But if you go out and eat at a restaurant each day, it can quickly pile up. You think you're not spending a lot of money, but before you know it, you realize, whoa, I did spend a lot of money. And if you go out, for the taxi and stuff like that, it adds up quickly. So even though everything is a lot more cheaper than here, you still have to watch a little bit what you're spending because, it can get more expensive than you think, faster than you think.
Did you have a certain budget, like for instance 50 euros a week or?
Yeah, I got an allowance from my parents, 400 euros a month.
Okay.
And after 2 months they raised it to 600 euros a month because 400 euros wasn't enough, and all of my friends, they got between 600 and 800 euros a month. But then again, you can easily survive on 300 euros a month if you want to, but you won't be going out as much, or you won't be sightseeing as much and traveling, those things add up quickly.
Okay.
Were there any difficulties you faced as a student?
Yes, the management there is horrendous. It's terrible. It's really the first couple of days you don't know at all what you have to do. It's organized very, very poorly.
Okay.
And you have to figure it all by yourself. They don't speak proper English. You don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. And for example, I got some problems with some classes that never got resolved because of miscommunication. So you really have to follow up and be careful that you don't, have any, something stupid happen.
Is there a big language barrier? You already mentioned it kind of.
Well, obviously there's a huge language barrier. Like some of the other Chinese people speak a little bit of English. There are people that speak some English. And the language barrier is huge. So it's best to make some friends that are studying Chinese there, so that they can help you with translating, because you cannot communicate. But all of the other students that come there for their Erasmus, they all speak normally proper English, so it's very easy to make friends.
From different countries.
Yeah, exactly. And in the end, I only spoke English all the time, pretty much.
So you did not learn any Chinese?
Not really. I knew how to count to 10, but I forgot that already by now. It's insanely hard. And a piece of advice, don't take the advanced Chinese course, because I was told by the person that manages it that it's easy, you can handle it. And when I got in the course, everyone there were people that already had previous Chinese experience.
Yeah.
And the level was really, really high, and it went really, really fast, and it was impossible for me. While the basic Chinese course was super easy, and my friends that had taken that one, it was just a breeze. So don't take advanced Chinese. It is literally, you will not be able to follow unless you've taken Chinese now for the last 2 years.
And did you sleep on the campus in a dormitory or something?
Yes, in the dorms, and I suppose you guys have not registered for a dorm beforehand.
No? Not
Yeah,
yet?
then you'll get the same dorm as I did, and it's a little prison jail cell that you share with a buddy. And it's not that big. It's
Okay.
quite small, but it's cheap.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Yeah, it was. I don't remember, but for the whole semester it was. I think 600 euros maybe for a whole semester. I don't remember, but it was.
Okay.
I remember it being cheap.
Yeah.
And are there any other types of accommodation on the campus?
Well, oh yeah, the campus is like really big, and you actually have everything on the campus. You have like a cafeteria, the food hall. So if you eat there each day, it's very cheap. Like you spend 1 or 2 euros, and you got a full meal. You've got a gym, a swimming pool, basketball fields, football fields, tennis courts, volleyball courts, places to study. You know, it was.
And the dining hall or the food hall, as you mentioned, does it have European food or is it
No.
only Chinese food?
It's only Chinese food, and you've got like, if I remember correctly, 3 different levels, like floors, and each floor has like its own type of food. And like there's one level for Muslims, one level that is more Taiwanese, and one that is traditional Chinese. And pretty much all of it is quite bad, in my opinion. But there were a couple of dishes that I liked, and I always ate those. But then again, we went out to eat at a restaurant pretty much each day, and then it's a lot. You know, it's really good.
How is the atmosphere among students? Like, do you make friends easily, and are people open? Or?
It was very easy to make friends because everyone is coming there without knowing anyone practically, and you know everyone is looking to make friends, so it's very easy to connect with people. But there were a lot of Korean people and German people that came from the same university, and they had their own cliques,
Yeah.
and they then talked their own language
Yeah.
between themselves. So, you know, you do notice that, but there are a lot of people that just go alone, and I made friends like
Okay.
very quickly, and they're still friends to this day. I'm going to the wedding of one guy, a Mongolian guy, in the summer.
Oh,
You know, it's lifetime friends that you make.
Nice.
that's really nice. Yeah. So we already talked about the dormitories, and what about the bathroom in the dormitories? Is it shared with your roommate or with an entire?
Well, it's a room, 4 bathrooms for the whole floor,
Yeah.
and it's not a European toilet. It's
Oh.
a hole in the ground,
Yeah.
just a little hole, and you know you have to squat like a dog. And what you can do, I have a picture of it actually. If you're smart, what I did, because I didn't like always having to squat down, and you will be going to the toilet a lot, because your stomach won't handle the food and the water. And I have a knee injury, so it hurt my knees to always squat down. So I bought a little accessory to help me with going to the toilet, and I really recommend you buy it as well, because it makes going to the toilet, you know, almost normal. Otherwise,
Some
it's
type of chair
Yeah.
thing. I
Yeah.
imagine.
here. I've got it here. There we go.
Oh,
Okay, perfect. How is school compared to Achtervelde?
Better,
Better?
in my opinion, it was better. It was. Yeah, well,
were the classes like practical like here or more informative?
it
like
was
a
more
university?
informative, but it was. I don't know. I just liked the teaching style more, and well, it's different. It's the classes were also only an hour and a half, if I remember correctly, with a 15-minute break in the middle,
Oh, okay.
and you do have to go. There is like forced attendance. If you miss 30% of that class, then you cannot partake in that exam. So there's like attendance.
Mm-hmm.
Are the classes hard compared to classes here?
No,
No.
no. The exams, well, if you, it was mainly like essays, papers that I had to write. Okay, you have to write 1,500 words or 3,000
Okay.
words, I don't remember. So it does take a while, but there weren't like proper exams in the same style as here. So
And do you have a lot of classes a day?
the workload is it's less than here, I'd say, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being insane or anything. It was okay.
So there is an exam period at the end of the semester. or-
Yes.
Yeah.
There's an exam period.
Mm. Then does the school organize activities for students?
Yeah, they actually do. Like the first week, the whole first week is like accommodation week,
Mhm.
and you will be doing lots of activities to get to know the students, get to know the places at the campus, and then there is even a party at the end of the week where you get to know everyone. And throughout the year there are lots of things you can do, but you have to look for it a little bit, you know. So it's not like everything is thrown into your lap. You
Yeah.
have to be conscious a little bit of what's going on everywhere. And then there are lots of activities you can do. Like they organized a trip to the Great Wall and stuff like that.
Mm.
And also during the weekends? Or
Um, not by the yes, yes. There are like flyers that they give with
Okay.
like for some travel agencies, and then you can go somewhere. I went to like Inner Mongolia, for example, one weekend, and to Shanghai another weekend, and you know.
Um, were there any cultural differences that played a big role for you? Habits and such,
Um,
ways of greeting people.
well,
Just some examples.
it's a lot less of a culture shock than I initially had thought. You know, I adapted quite quickly.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot more Western than you'd imagine. So it's, of course, there are some things you have to remember, like older people you have to be respectful towards, but you won't really be that much in contact with them, I suppose. You know, it's not like it wasn't that much of a culture shock. You
Yeah.
stayed in your bubble at campus a little bit.
Yeah. No, we went to China with a student trip last 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and we had, I almost say that it wasn't also not that big of a culture shock
Yeah,
for
exactly.
me.
It was
It was okay.
Okay. Well, then the last question actually. Could you list 3 things that you did not like about China or school, about your Chinese life, and then 3 things that you really liked a lot?
okay. What I did not like, the administration.
Mm-hmm.
That I really, yeah, that was not good. I did not like that, you know, the language barrier could be really annoying at times, and then you have to be careful not to get ripped off, because they will rip you off if they can, and even if you think you didn't get ripped off, you most likely did get ripped off a little bit. So it's kind of, they're very friendly and nice when you go to the shops and everything, but there's a double-sided feeling because you know they're trying to rip you off, so it feels kind of fake and forced. So I didn't really like that, but I like the haggling, you know, and it felt good to get a good deal. Like I got my Timberlands for 50 euros, fake of course,
No.
but first they asked 250 euros, you know, and then you start haggling, la 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 la, and so that I liked and didn't like at the same time. And what I really did like was the campus life. You know, it was a lot of fun. Like you see in the movies with American college campuses,
Yeah.
it was a little bit maybe comparable to that. You know, it was very easy to make friends. There was always something to do. We were always hanging out with buddies after class. All the classes were close by, you know, in one building, so it was very easy to navigate. I liked the food, and the trips were very interesting. You know, to see some of mainland China, and to see stuff like the Great Wall and Shanghai and stuff like that. It was very, very interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
I would like to thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it really helped us and will help us in the future.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you.